Hey, this is Raulh. Please act right. Okay, so we have this young lady who I'm guessing is doing counseling for women when it comes down to dating. And it appears she's answering a woman who says online dating isn't working for her. Here's her response.
What if I had a bad experience from online dating? You've had, potentially, I don't know your life, right? Potentially, you've had a bad experience from offline dating too. That's not stopping you from dating. Nobody says, oh, my last 4 boyfriends were from in-person dating. It didn't work out, obviously. My last 2 boyfriends were from online dating. It didn't work out. So online dating is bad. No, your vetting process is bad, right? So this idea of, oh, online dating doesn't work because things didn't work with the guys that I was talking to or the girls that I was talking to. Things didn't work for the people you were talking to in person either. So then clearly it's not about the avenue, right? It's not about the online or offline. It's something else. It's something else. And many times I would challenge and say it's the vetting process.
Okay, so she's saying if dating is not working for you in person and it's not working for you online, then chances are it's your vetting process. Okay, let's roll with that for just a minute. And then I'm going to tell you another reason why dating online and in person is probably not working for you. I get the distinct feeling that she's responding to a woman. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. Let me tell you the best way to vet a man. It's by using another man. Here's what I mean. See, back in the day, women didn't do vetting of men on whether she should date him or not. That was done by her father. Back in the day, you couldn't even date a woman unless you asked her father first. I mean, you could ask her out, but she would tell you you had to get her father's permission first. So that means you had to go to her house, introduce yourself to her father, and ask him if you could take his daughter out.
I want to marry your nephew.
And guess what would happen after that? He would ask you a million questions, which we now refer to as vetting. What's your first name? What's your last name? Where do you live? Do you live with your mom and them? Does your daddy work? Where does your daddy work? How long has he worked there? Do you have a job? Where do you work? How long have you worked there? How much money do you make? Can you afford to take care of my daughter? He would hit you with question after question, and you better answer right. If he said yes, you could take his daughter out, he would give you a very pleasant warning.
Whatever you do to my little daughter, I'm going to do to you.
And he meant it too, because back then, they did not play when it came down to their daughters. Now, if he asked you those series of questions and you answered wrong, then here's the words you would hear.
But Nettie, you flat out can't have, not now, not never.
Now, there were times that the two of them would sneak off and see each other anyway, but you better not get her pregnant, because if you did, her daddy would grab his shotgun and come after you with a quickness. And once he found you, if he didn't shoot you, he'd ask you one question, and you better answer correctly.
My daughter says you got her pregnant. Did you get my daughter pregnant?
Out of Peppy!
And that's when you'd have a wedding with her daddy standing right next to you with his rifle by his side, making sure you made an honest woman of his daughter. Thus, the birth of the phrase, shotgun wedding, for those of y'all who didn't know where it came from. Back then, if a young girl got pregnant before marriage, she would be looked down upon. And in most cases, if they couldn't find the guy who got her pregnant, they would send her away to live with a relative. And they would make up a story when she got there, like her husband died, so she's living here for a while, just to save face. Fast forward to the present day, too many of these modern women are being raised by single women. Therefore, they have no idea how to vet a man, simply because they never had a man in the house to use as a rule of example. So how can a woman vet a man, or should I say husband material, if she doesn't even know what husband material looks like? And here's the second reason you're probably not having success online or offline dating. Maybe it's you. If you weren't raised around men who were husbands, then you didn't get the opportunity to see what it is to be a wife to a husband. Are your expectations realistic? Do you even know how to function in a household with a husband? If your expectations of a husband is to be patient and kind, are you going to be the same way when he needs you to be in return? Too many modern women nowadays think that they're instantly top shelf marriage material because of their higher education and earning potential, which both of those things have absolutely nothing to do with being a wife. If you're saying that you're strong and independent and that you don't need a man and you can do it all yourself, then right off the bat, you're not wife material. Quietly, I mean quietly, knowing that you can do all things on your own, yet wanting to have a man around so you don't have to do it on your own, is wifey material way more than saying it out loud every chance you get, especially on social media, will ever be. Any woman who truly desires to be married should know better than to open her mouth and say out loud that she doesn't need a man. So here's my suggestion when it comes down to a woman who is unsuccessful at dating online and offline. You need to seek out a professional marriage counselor first to make sure that you have the concept of marriage right as far as being a wife. Preferably, someone who's been married for more than 20 years and who has been counseling for at least 10 years. Then, after the counselor says you got it right, then you move forward with the process of how to vet husband material. Because in the first part of the session, you might find out the reason your relationships keep failing have nothing to do with your vetting. You might find out it was because of your mindset. I know women who have vetted the right men who were good to them on every level. And even though they did right by her in every one of those relationships, she still found a way to screw it up because her mindset was screwed up. So if you're having problems dating online and offline, seek counseling to make sure you got it right first. But if you're too lazy or too proud to seek counseling, then you were never serious in the first place. Hey, somebody had to tell you, and I love you, so it might as well be me. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell to get notified when I post a new video. I post a new video every week. And in the meantime, will you please seek counseling? My name is Raulh. See you in another video. So if you enjoyed this video, check out one of these two videos right here. I'm sure you'll enjoy them too. And if you like, you can visit my channel. I have plenty of videos there. Go ahead. Don't be scared.